Hello and welcome to the Create with Kindness session, made possible by National PTA and TikTok. We're very glad you could join us here at Heights and look forward to getting your input on some of the topics we will be discussing today. I am Gabe Crenshaw, part of the Heights High PTSA. I will be emceeing the event tonight, and Dr. Lisa Ramirez will be hosting our panelists tonight. During the session, we are going to explore why it is important to be kind, responsible, and safe when using online platforms, hear from a group of students about their online experiences, discuss what you can do to help your teens responsibly navigate their online experiences, review TikTok's family pairing features, practice discussing your family's online experiences, behaviors, and expectations. This will be both an educational and interactive session. We want to give you lots of opportunities to talk and learn from each other. Before we dive into this session, let's do a temperature check to see what's going on in your families. Adults, raise your hand if you know what online platforms your teens are using. I know some, I think. Or, okay, you can put your hands down. Adults, put your hands up if you have seen your teenager post something online that you are not happy about. Teens, now it's your turn. Raise your hand if you know what online platforms your parent or caregiver are on. Okay, you can put your hands down. Now teens, put your hands up if you have seen them post something online that you are not happy about. Now, families, raise your hands if you talk about online safety and set technology rules before the teens in your family got their first devices. Technology use dramatically increased for everyone during COVID. Adults and kids, very young and very old, were forced to use technology to stay connected to their friends and families that they couldn't see in person. Online platforms and apps are here to stay and have a valuable place in our society. They can bring us together, show us a glimpse of the world we might not otherwise experience, and help build community. People are using online platforms now more than ever to share information or learn new skills, express themselves creatively or share stories about themselves, connect with others socially, professionally, and spiritually, and find community and a sense of belonging. It is also being used as entertainment, as a way to mobilize, activate around issues, and show support for their communities, and as a way to get motivated and to motivate others. TikTok is the leading destination for short-form mobile video that enables people to express their creativity using a wide array of in-app creative tools. From endearing toddlers with big attitudes to grandmas with hilarious one-liners, TikTok transcends generations and brings people together to create, have fun, and be entertained. TikTok is a source of joy and inspiration, and it helps people discover new ideas and learn new things, from art projects to science and history.
Okay, sweetie. This one I might have guessed. I'm going to show the TV.
All right.
Yeah, let's see what happens. It's not all the way yet, and now it's on.
Hey, Graham. Hey. Hey.
Hey, buddy.
So, users must be at least 13 years old to sign up for an account and have full access to the platform. Making TikTok videos is really an enriching creative exercise. People who make them are called creators. People like TikTok because the platform has built a community that encourages everyone to express themselves creatively and authentically. The videos are short, which make them easy to watch. Popular videos highlight music and dance, unique science experiments, useful life hacks, creative math tricks, easy DIY projects, and motivational messages and advice. Does anyone want to share any TikTok creators you follow or videos you've seen recently that you really like?
Okay, so it's a creator named Power of Publish. He's a black man. He's an entrepreneur, and he teaches everyone about how to create financial freedom instead of trading like your time for money, so you can have that time freedom. You can spend time with your family, and he already got his, so he just giving back to other people, and I think that's really good. He's really good, man. It's a blessing, honestly.
Thank you. So, why does it matter if we are kind to others? A simple act of kindness can turn a bad day into a good day for both the receiver and the giver. It feels good to make someone else smile. It feels good to have something nice done for you. It feels good to watch people be kind to others. Kindness helps people connect and create bonds. It can help people feel seen, heard, cared about, and less alone. Kindness matters because it's good for your health. Doing something kind for others releases a feel-good hormone in our body that reduces our blood pressure. Being kind to someone may help that person feel less stressed, overwhelmed, or anxious. Kindness matters because it's contagious. When one person sees someone doing something kind, they are often inspired to do the same. Kindness matters because it sparks hope or reinstills faith in the goodness of others. We all can use the reach of the internet to create kindness, spread happiness and joy, make people feel good, spark hope, and create a kindness domino effect. And then there's another video. So raise your hand if watching this video made you feel good. Now we are going to hear more from our students about what they're experiencing online and what kind of support they need. And now I will hand it over to our student panel.
I'm Lee Peterson, and I am a sophomore here.
I'm Hannah Reed, and I'm also a sophomore.
I'm Kiana Ruff, and I'm also a sophomore.
I'm Javier Scarborough. I make the third sophomore.
I'm Mania Damon, and I'm a senior at Heights High.
Great. Thank you so much for being here tonight on this panel. So I am really interested in hearing your responses to some of these questions. So let's just start off. I want to ask you, do you use TikTok? And if you do, why do you enjoy using it? If you don't use TikTok, what is keeping you off of it?
I use TikTok a little bit, but I will say that what keeps me off of it is it's just very time consuming. That's what prevents me from using more of it. I just have better time to spend on other stuff, but I do use it a little bit.
Yeah, I use TikTok. It's for my educational entertainment purpose, so I can learn more about the things I haven't seen and just be pretty much just entertained after I got home from school doing work all day.
Yes, I personally use TikTok because when I'm on the app, I always learn something new, and I'm very open to get educated. And while I'm on TikTok, every single day I learn something, and I enjoy being educated and sharing it with others.
I use TikTok because it's a good way to just relax after school and watch cute videos of animals.
Yes, I use TikTok. I use it for a way to get inspiration, whether that be fashionable or to learn hacks.
So some of you started to answer this already, but I'm interested in how you use TikTok, right? Like, what are the things that you really get out of it? What types of videos show up in your For You feed? You know, the thing that is personalized. What kind of things pop up for you? And you already mentioned one of the content creators that you follow, but what kinds of creators and what kinds of accounts do you find yourself drawn to when you're spending time on TikTok?
Mostly all that ever shows up on my TikTok feed is food, because I love to cook. So I see foods on TikTok and I want to try and cook them. So yeah, that's pretty much all I see is a bunch of food.
So pretty much my TikTok my For You page consists of people who are gonna elevate me. That's who I follow. I follow people who are gonna elevate me, whether it's making me laugh or making me think about what I want to do in my life and how I want to get there. So.
What I see on my For You page could be a large variety of things because I have a lot of interest. I can see things about economic problems, what's going on with the Supreme Court. I can see, again, food because I love to bake, so new recipe for brownies or Oreos, I would love to try it. I also see a lot of psychology things because I'm into psychology. And hearing it from someone who's also in that category and getting educated by someone that could educate you on that topic is amazing.
The types of videos on my For You page are cute animals and a lot of art TikToks and some like just baking bread because I love bread. It's my favorite food.
My feed looks like a lot of anime and cosplayers, black ones specifically. And drawing, it's very diverse though, and it switches a lot. And because of the algorithm, I try to like keep it different because I don't like to stay in a bubble.
So the next question is kind of two-part. So the first one is, have you ever sat down with your parent or caregiver and discussed guidelines or rules about what you can do online on forums like TikTok? If so, how did that conversation go? And the second part, to be efficient, is do your parents monitor or your caregivers monitor what you are doing online?
For me, that's not really much of a thing. I get a little bit of freedom with what I do online, and I think it's a trust system. So no, I don't really get monitored or have rules set on my social media usage.
Yeah, pretty much to pick up what you said, we haven't sat down, did any talking or anything because they know that what I really want to do, and they know my priorities lies within myself for me to find, so.
No, my mom does not monitor what I do. I have my own interests, and I feel like this applies to a younger audience, depending on what you want your child to look at, educate themselves on, or be surrounded by. I'm 16, so I don't really,
My mom says that she watches what I do, but she doesn't actually because she says that I'm the one that she trusts the most not to do anything inappropriate. The only rule we really have is not to be on any electronics too long.
I have a rule of not putting my face on any form of social media, and the only time that I was able to was on my birthday, which was a very rare occasion. And other than that, I've never posted my face on social media. But do they monitor what I do? No. My family believes that people will use me to like as a target, whether that be kidnapping or talking, or like grown men talking to me online inappropriately, or being sexually harassed.
And Lee, you can just sort of nod yes or no, unless you want to make a comment. But, you know, those things you mentioned, the reasons that you keep your face off of TikTok, were those things conversations that your parents, caregivers sat down and had those conversations with you about those reasons you mentioned? Okay. And did you appreciate those conversations? Did they scare you? What do you think about? Well, I am going to pass it back. I'm very curious because those seem like maybe important topics. So how did those conversations go for you?
Well, when social media had blew up, well, for me as a little fourth grader, that was especially like a huge rule against pedophiles. But when I was in 6th grade, that's when we sat down, because they was like, okay, you might be old enough to get a little into the world. And when they told me no, I wanted to put my face on the internet. Even now, as me being older, I still kind of want to, but it's like, it's been a rule for literally like years now. And I'm just glad that I can still know what's going on with the world. Not necessarily to keep up with trends, but if you don't know where you are, you definitely are going to have a hard time trying to get to other places.
So does it feel like a compromise that you can be on TikTok as long as you're not putting anything personal or identifiable on there? Okay. What do you wish parents and adults knew about platforms like TikTok? Open-ended.
I think parents see TikTok and other platforms like YouTube or Instagram as only stuff where it's like jokes where you go and waste your time, like you're not really doing anything. But there's actually a lot of stuff you can learn on TikTok. I do know earlier I said most of my TikTok is food, but I'm really into computer science. So I do see a lot of stuff about computer science on TikTok. So it's not always just like wasting your time. You do learn a lot of stuff, like Javier said. You find stuff where people can lift you up, inspire you, stuff like that, and give back.
Yeah, he pretty much took up, I'm pretty sure, everybody answer. but no, that's good. I'm pretty sure everybody know that TikTok has the algorithm that just knows what you like. So how many times you like it, if if you comment, if you share it, if you if you comment, you share all that, it's gonna keep showing you those videos. So for parents concerned with the kids, maybe it kind of just date back to the child's mindset, how they take things. Because if they're like overly anxious, if they have anxiety or stuff like that, it can kind of go different ways. And if TikTok keeps showing them videos, they're gonna keep getting that negative energy. And it's just all about how they take it in, and how they deal with that. So that's just for the parents to kind of parent. So.
One thing I wish that parents would realize about TikTok is it's not just about dancing or what's always trending, or like, hey, the new shoes came out, spend $300 on the new Jordans that came out. You know, it's more of what you're interested in. Where's your mindset? Again, what Javier said. I feel like they should look at it more as an opportunity, because say if I have a business, I put my business on TikTok, it might blow up overnight. You know, you could have a positive business coming in. Also, I feel like with TikTok, I would like them to realize that, again, it's very educational. So if you like those videos and you apply yourself around that area, you can even educate yourself more and know something that you probably didn't know before. And maybe become part of the environment for the certain tag.
One thing I wish parents knew about TikTok is that it's like, it's not gonna rot your brains to just go on there. You know, you can use it to help people or to learn a lot of new things or to just get inspiration for what to draw. It's not just, you know, people dancing and music.
There isn't much that I can say on that topic, but if anything, like they had said previously, looking at it as a learning tool, but not for me, but for them, something that they can use to deep dive and learn about, whether it be themselves or the world around them when they have confusion, because there's been some things that I'd want to send to my parents that they should probably learn about.
So sometimes, right, being online can make you feel pressured, right? Pressure to constantly be on, chase the likes, get views, or that you are in a best life competition, or that you must always look and even act perfect, right? Your social media image. What do you do when you feel that you need to take a break or you recognize that that might be going on?
This one doesn't really apply to me because I don't actually ever really post on social media. I haven't posted on, the only social media I've ever posted on was on Instagram, and that was like freshman year. So I don't really post on social media, so I don't really have the chasing likes or getting views mentality. So when I take a break, I just, get off TikTok or Instagram or something.
I don't really know about the chasing likes thing, but I don't know what I'm on it for too long when they show me that that video saying, hey, you've been scrolling for too long. Maybe take a break, And I'll just be like, all right, maybe. But I still scroll past it. But, like, if I really do come to my senses and be like, all right, I've been on here for too long, I'll just sit back and be like, all right, let me just, like, go do something else. Because I know when my head start hurting or it's been hours. Like, I got to do just more productive stuff. But, yeah, the chasing likes thing, I don't really pertain to me.
I also don't have much of a say because I don't really care for the likes, but if I do ever post on social media, which is rarely, I do make myself look presentable, and I do have to feel like I am pretty. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty. But I would have to, make myself look presentable because nobody wants to be talked about, and most of those videos, they do blow up more depending on what the topic is about.
I don't really do the chasing likes thing either. I post pictures or videos that they make me happy, so I hope they'll make other people happy, like my cats or some new bracelets I made. But when I feel like I've been on it too long, it's usually when I just get tired and feel like I'm about to pass out. So then I turn off my phone and decide to go and relax with my cats and then, eat some food and go to sleep or something.
It's a little hard for me trying to post things without posting my face. So I could say that the whole chasing likes for posts doesn't apply to me. But there has been times where I would try to post something and I just sit there waiting for the next person to see it, waiting for the next person to like it. And it is awful. But I won't necessarily say that it's so bad and so occurring to the point where I need a break. I just have to realize that this ain't nothing but numbers, and it's mostly stuff like comments that I care so much about. Like when I post a comment and it has a whole bunch of likes, or even especially when the creator likes it, that's when I care so much. But it never really alters my day.
Just kind of jumping off of what Kiana said about looking presentable when you do post. I don't think that's really just fish. I just want to say that's not ridiculous or anything. You always want to look your best self, right? It ain't really so much about this is a pigment of my imagination of what I really want to look like. It's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just, you know, who I am. I want to look presentable. I don't want to look like a mess. I ain't finna go in here with no bonnet. You feel me? Well, not me, but you feel me? But yeah, that's all I want to say.
I appreciate everyone's honesty. So the next question is really about if, you know, have you had negative experiences on social media? And if so, what tools have you used and actions did you take? You know, if you've come across something dangerous online, what did you do about it? That's the question.
I won't say I've come across anything negative on social media, but if I extend that to like games, those do have chats, so it is a little bit social. I have come across some not dangerous experiences, but definitely negative, like toxic situations where people will say the worst things possible. So I don't know, in most games there's features like a mute button or a toggle mute where you can mute people, so that's usually what I would do, just to mute them and get them out of there, because some of the things they'd be saying is...
Yeah, I don't know about the dangerous part. The dangerous is crazy, but as far as negative, yeah, very much. It's more so about the comments that be the negative part. Like every time you go to a video, you're gonna go to the comments because it's like the funniest place, but at the same time, it's like the most negative. So it's like half and half. So it's like, yeah, I dwelled in it in the past, maybe even like, you know, currently, but I try not to. So I just typically respond to that comment and come back at them with another negative comment, which it's not good. So it's like, it's kind of like I'd be having to catch myself like that. Is this like really worth it or anything like that? But that's only just kind of the negative aspect of me coming across videos. Like, it should be crazy.
Personally, I haven't come across any dangerous situations on social media, because this kind of goes back to the question, if you sat down and talked to your parents, you know where you're supposed to be and not supposed to be. What I'll do if something does happen like that, again, just isolate yourself from the situation, think about something else, and don't take it personally or take it to heart, because who cares what others think. You know, you have a powerful mindset, and whatever you choose to think and believe, you're going to believe it. So if you have a strong mindset and you know your worth, it shouldn't bother you.
Yeah, I've never come across anything dangerous, but when I, come across anything negative, I just kind of move on, it doesn't really affect me too much because, I don't know this person online, so I don't really care about what they think of me.
Dangerous, yes. There's been plentiful times where there's been like school shooting warnings or school bombing warnings. Like when I was in middle school, this was like around a time I didn't really have social media, but my friends had it was like, oh my God, look at this. And I was already in the school. They was like, they're gonna blow up the school, they're gonna bomb the school. And they posted it on Instagram, and I wasn't allowed to have Instagram. And so, that definitely altered everybody's mood, everybody's day. And majority of us went home early that day. But that was in middle school, and it's still happening in high school, not that recent. Well, it was pretty long ago now. But negative comments, like, you could say that it's easy to ignore it, but it's super hard to ignore it when you get spammed these negative comments, because I comment a lot. I'm probably one of those commenters that you would just randomly see all the time. And one time, I accidentally started a riot because I'm not going to go into depth on what it was about, but a lot of people did not agree with what I had to say, and it was a lot of people just spamming my phone back to back. And it's not the first time, and it actually happens too many times. I just stayed off my phone for a while, and turned off those specific notifications. Like there was an incident on YouTube. I just turned off my YouTube notifications. But TikTok is a little harder because that's where I go to relax, and that was the place that was also hurting me. So I just had to turn off those notifications and just hang out with with the people in my life.
They say when Lee said about it's kind of hard to not respond to it, I kind of felt that for when like it just be like some very uneducated people in the comments, and it's so hard not to just respond and be like, and just educate them on what the real, you know what I'm saying, what the real solution for the problem is. It's like, are you really saying that? Like you need to be educated, brother. Like it just be ridiculous.
I want to add on to the tools. There are some tools you can take to prevent stuff like this. Like if you're a creator, you have the ability to turn off comments on your videos. You can also block people. And as Willie said earlier about the school bombings and school shooting threats, you also have the ability to report stuff. So there are a lot of tools available. It's just that sometimes we forget to use them.
I'm learning so much from you all. I appreciate it. And one thing I sort of heard you say, you didn't say it exactly, but you know, social media is a virtual experience. And so I sort of heard you say you need to replace that virtual stress with real and those meaningful relationships. I mean, it's like you know, if it gets to be too much, you go to the people in your life, those relationships that are in real life. Is that kind of what you were saying to help ground a little bit? Mm-hmm.
It doesn't necessarily have to be like right next to you in your household. It could be somebody that is miles away, but you just can't touch them. But there's still somebody that when you do talk to them, they make you feel safe. And that's what I turned to, whether they were able to give me a hug or just be able to text me over the phone.
All right, so last question. We're going to go back to what Ms. Crenshaw was saying with some of the positivity. So can each of you describe an example of when you personally have used or you've seen someone else use TikTok to spread joy and positivity?
I have seen a few instances. There's like some creators, they do things where they'll go try and find homeless people, and they'll try to give them a bit of money. But some content creators have a lot more access to money, so there are some who will do a lot more. Like, I'm sure a lot of people know who Mr. Beast is, but he bought an entire house for a homeless person, got him cleaned up, all that. So yeah, there's definitely instances where people can help other people, get a head start on their life or completely change it.
So I can't speak for everybody on the panel, but when it comes to positivity and joy, it all for me, my experiences are like more so about energy and things like that. So I don't really see like the giving people money and stuff. But instance where I did see one video was a lady explained how doing certain exercises can release the negative energy you have in your body. Like for example, your hips. If you do like some hip exercises and like yoga, like somebody wanted me to do, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it though. She explained that your hip, I guess, traps that negative energy in you, and once you do those exercises, you just release all that and just let go of it. But yeah.
Yes, I've seen a lot of positive and joy activities on TikTok. It could be just about mental health, body positivity. It could be about anything that interests you, and it could also make you feel better if you have a strong opinion about someone and there's someone out there who has the same strong opinion as you. And again, with the act of kindness, as we saw the video on down there with the homeless person going through the trash. We never know what someone's going through. And that makes me think about, wow, you know what, stuff like this is going on in the world. I am blessed. I have a roof over my head. I don't have to worry about anything. That makes me pay more attention to homeless people, like animal cruelty, anything. It just opens your mind to what's really going around the world instead of just in your room or playing games or what else you see with the TikTok trends. It could be about anything. And the fact that people are spreading kindness or giving to each other who spreads the kindness makes me also want to do and spread kindness as well.
Yeah, I see a lot of positivity on my TikTok, and so one I can think of right now is when this person, they found an abandoned kitten outside, so they took it inside and gave it a bath, and then they kept it, and then it was really healthy, even though the vet said it was probably going to die.
There's actually like millions of I saved a cat videos, but the one that I had seen, the cat was actually blind, and was made a nest in like the leaves of a garage, and the people had like took them in, spent thousands of dollars on that cat, and it survived even though it was gonna die. Might actually be the same cat she was talking about.
So that generally concludes the student portion of the panel, but I didn't know if anybody else, either in the audience or the panelists, had any other thoughts on things adults can do to help teens in their lives responsibly navigate technology.
I think one thing adults could do to help teens responsibly navigate is use it themselves, because a lot of adults, they don't really use the social media that we do now. So I think if they want to help us responsibly navigate it, or like make us understand it, they should also learn about a little bit about it and get on there themselves.
Just kind of picking on what he said. Parents using it could be good. It can also be a little bit of I don't know what the word for it is, but my father, he sends like 20 TikToks a day to my phone. I literally watch 0 of them. Like, I try to, and it'd be like it'd be good stuff though. It'd be like very motivational stuff. Very, basketball and stuff like that where we connect. But it's like 20 TikToks a day. It's like crazy, but yeah. Yeah, you gonna see this. But yeah, but for parents though, it just kind of date back to what I said. At the end of the day, like, negativity is gonna trump positivity. You gonna be in tune more to the negative videos because it's funnier more than the positive videos. You're not gonna laugh at the positive videos. You're gonna get stimulated by the mind. You know what I'm saying? But you just gotta parent. I'm a young boy, so I can't really tell y'all how to parent. So okay, that's. Anybody else want to say?
Again, I do feel like what they both said was true. I want to add on to that as well. I feel like they need to navigate something before they judge it or have a strong opinion against it. I mean, I'm not going on Facebook, but WhatsApp, I'm not going on that. Anyways, but I feel like just how they teach us don't judge a book by its cover, or don't judge a person based on how they look or whatever, they should also do that with apps and everything like that, because maybe they'll find something that they like or they're interested in as well. Also, my mom, why are you on that TikTok every day? You need to start doing them dishes. I sent her a video. She all up on it now. She don't got nothing to say no more.
I'm sorry. Actually, when you had asked it the first time, I was thinking parents don't really know anything about social media. We should be teaching them about social media. But like they were saying, that in that case, then they should figure out how to navigate it and how to work it, and then find the best ways for us to use it, like they would in any other aspects of life. But like JVS was saying, though, maybe they probably shouldn't be on there.
Parent TikTok is really cringy. in my opinion. We want to see the thirst traps.
Some shade right there. No. All right. Well, unless anybody else has any. So the question is TikTok an app? And so.
Yes. Yeah, you would have to download it too, and then. You would have to download it and then do like the process of making an account. There's multiple ways that you can, whether that be your Gmail, just creating a username, Facebook, Instagram sometimes. Yeah.
I'll just say, like, think of it as that one creepy stalker that knows everything you like. TikTok literally shows you videos that you like. So whatever you got going on in your life, it will literally show you a video about how to navigate through that. So it kind of just, I don't know, it's kind of like a literally for you app.
And if you don't like to be out there a lot, you don't have to put your personal name on there. You could always just put kitty cat lover 123 or something like that, so you could keep your personal life away from the social app. It's not like you have to post videos on there, and there's also like an 18+ category that you could go in. So if you don't want to see kids doing a renegade, you could just go on the 18+ TikTok.
And I just want to highlight something else that Javier said. The research has shown us that, obviously, they're well informed about the algorithm. There's a lot of psychology that goes into how the apps are customized for youth. And we find that people that are already vulnerable, people that are already experiencing maybe depression, anxiety, maybe negativity, that is what they tend to be drawn to. And so sometimes, that's where, being careful that that is what's being cultivated for them, because the algorithm isn't a person, right? It's following the likes and the views. And so, social media inherently is not bad. It's how it's consumed. And if it's replacing things like real life relationships and taking care of yourself and engaging and things like that. So it is not inherently bad. It's how it's used and how it's consumed. Any other comments?
I had just forgot to mention that when you see something on TikTok that isn't for you or just is straight up something that you don't want to be a part of, you just, this is thing that I just found out about. You tell TikTok that you're not interested. And so those types of things won't be on your feed anymore. And it'll be more personalized for you.
So I just want to go ahead and, what'd you say? Oh, question, yes. Sure. Yeah, so the comment was that sometimes parents, right, cringy, right, is to use the word of one of the panelists, right, will try and befriend your child and you don't get that acceptance, So I will say it's different. It is different being a parent on social media. There are resources like Common Sense Media that give guides for parents who have children or that are on social media that talk about what to use it. But also there are things like your child may friend you on their family TikTok account, but there may be a friend TikTok account that you're not aware of. So it's difficult. But back when cringy parents, didn't have TikTok, there were also not cell phones. So there was a different kind of independence, right? So it is harder navigating and understanding, and parents, I think, sometimes really kind of struggle with how do I give that same level of independence, but also make sure that they're not in dangerous situations. And I have to admit, you all are really impressive. I mean, just the insight and maturity that you have in recognizing these things. I would gladly listen to this panel any day. So I just want, yeah, you have a comment?
for what you said, if it's gonna be any app that you are friends with your child, ironically, it would be TikTok. I mean, like, I get like like Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, Instagram and Facebook. That's different. That's like you sharing photos and all that other stuff. But like TikTok, it ain't really no. I don't want to say public account because it is, but y'all could, just share videos back and forth, like I said, which y'all both share interests in. I don't know if I'm setting you up or not, but I mean, like, yeah, if it's gonna be any app to kind of just be friends with them, it'd be TikTok. Kind of just send back funny videos, be like, ha 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 ha.
Do you want me to send you TikToks, Mom? You want me to send you the links?
Oh. Personally, I don't mind my mom looking at my TikToks and everything like that. I feel like it creates a closer bond, and I kind of like the things she say, like, why are you wearing that shirt on this app, or why you got your hair looking like that? And it just creates a good bond. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes if I don't want her seeing things, I'll block her. Sorry, because I don't want her, like, not saying I post bad things or nothing. It's just I feel like with parents and their kids having TikToks and then being able to see can also you can also see what your child is doing online too. So it could be like a safety thing and like a more reassurance thing, in my opinion.
Last opportunity. Okay. So I thank you for the audience participation, but I want to take another second to thank Lee and Hannah and Kiana and Javier and Manny. This was wonderful. So thank you for this panel.
Yes, great job, everyone. And thank you again for having the courage to even sit up here and have this conversation. I also could listen to you guys talk about this all day as well. Okay. So, parenting a teen's digital life can be daunting and overwhelming for adults. Teenagers know more than their parents about technology and naturally want more freedom online as they get older. Regardless of how independent your teen is or how little you think you know about technology, it is important for you as parents and caregivers to set guardrails with your teenagers to keep them safe online just as you would offline. You can do this by supporting your teen as they start to use technology, discussing what to keep private, and exploring different safety settings and parental controls offered in the apps your teens are using. As you heard, teens want, need, and value support from a trusted adult in their lives as they navigate their online experiences. Teenagers told TikTok that they want adults to help them understand the rules. They said that teens don't expect trusted adults to be experts on every platform, but they value support to set up their accounts. They also said parents shouldn't be afraid to set boundaries. They want adults to be available to chat. Teens said they wanted trusted adults to be interested in their digital life and to recognize how important the online world is to them. To be available to chat and not to be afraid to initiate a conversation. They don't want adults to panic when things go wrong. Don't accuse them of anything. Listen calmly, ask questions, and focus on solutions. They also want adults to trust them. Don't expect or assume the worst. They want their privacy to be respected. It's natural to worry, but it's important to give them the space to develop their life outside of you. Do any of the students want to share any other ideas for how your parents or caregivers can support you? That's fair, that's fair. So many parents and teens wonder if their account should be public or private and how that impacts their ability to communicate with others through direct messaging. On TikTok, if you are 13 to 15 years old, which is anyone 15, everyone 16 at this? Okay. Well, if you're 13 to 15, your account starts as private. A private account means that while others on TikTok can search for you, they must request and be approved as a friend to see your comment. A pop-up appears when teens turn the age of 16 and are ready to publish their first video, asking them to choose who can watch their video. They won't be able to publish their video until they make a selection. With each video going forward, creators can decide who can watch before they post. For those 16 and older, your account starts as public by default, which means any TikTok community member can view your videos and post comments or reactions to engage with their content you've created and shared. But you can easily change this in your privacy settings. When someone aged 16 to 17 joins TikTok, their direct messaging setting is set to no one by default. While the everyone setting in DMs is disabled for 16 to 17-year-olds, they can switch this setting to friends to message people they know. Existing accounts that have never used DMs before will receive a prompt asking them to review and confirm their privacy settings the next time they use this feature. There are pluses and minuses to having a public account. TikTok users get significant joy from watching videos from a diverse community. More communication and collaboration can spark greater creativity and lead to a more satisfying online experience. A public account, however, means any user can view your videos and send you direct messages if you are over the age 16. This will not be appropriate or desirable for every user. Making an account private is a way to restrict interactions to only those you have approved. Ultimately, this is a personal decision and one that parents are encouraged to make together with their teen. So, TikTok's pairing feature gives parents and teens the ability to customize their safety and privacy settings based on individual needs. It links a parent or caregiver's TikTok account to their teens, and once enabled, the parent or caregiver can directly manage the number of settings for their teen's account, including screen time management, search settings, which limit certain content that can and can't be searched for, who, if anyone, can directly message your teen over 16. Families are encouraged to review family pairing together and decide which features you may turn on. The digital wellness checklist has some suggestions for how to keep yourself safe while enjoying TikTok. So we are going to skip our family activities. We spent a little bit more time on our panel, which I feel like was a better investment. Sorry, as I get through. Yeah. So you probably didn't want that information shared, right? That we can, I know. Right. Those are some of those rules and tools, you know, I think you mentioned that you wanted to know those. So these activities that we did not do, hopefully will have opened the door to a deeper and more regular technology conversation at home, but I think this panel served that purpose as well. The Smart Talk, a collaboration between National PTA and Norton, guides families through these conversations and allows you to decide together the agreed upon rules around device use, privacy and sharing, security, and citizenship. We encourage you to check it out more after this session. Now, we would like to take a few minutes to give you the chance to talk about any digital safety concerns you might have. We can discuss them as a group and maybe identify some solutions. Any questions from our audience? No. Just if there are any other digital safety concerns you guys might have. Okay.
From what I see on TikTok, I feel like if you're, I feel like TikTok should have an age limit on what others should see. For example, if you're 20 or something, I don't feel like someone that's 13, you should be able to see someone's 13-year-old account, if that makes sense, because we don't know whose mindset there's wandering or pedophiles. I feel like if I'm 16, I wouldn't want a 40-year-old looking at my TikTok. I feel like I would be very uncomfortable, and knowing that someone could be looking at me that way, I feel like I would want to be somewhere around in my age group. So in my, like, personally, I feel like TikTok should add that on to the app, because I'm pretty sure no parent would want anyone looking at their children any type of age, if that makes sense.
So just off what she said, if parents are concerned about anything like that, it's a new feature on TikTok that shows you who has viewed your page. Mm-hmm. So if they were concerned, you could be like, you could go to their page, see, if they're a 40-year-old man for some reason, they still got pictures up, and you just look at it and you kind of prevent it before anything is excelled. So I think that's the closest thing to what you're trying to get at. So if anybody want to add on.
Are any of you concerned about the, seemingly copious amounts of data that TikTok's is, you're using it, but it's using you, right? And does that... Okay.
I'm going to say no, mainly because so does everything else. Google, YouTube, ads that you get on Amazon, it's all based off of what you search, so it's not like it's just TikTok, it's everything. So if I'm bothered by everything that does it, I'm still going to say no, because I don't really search up anything that I care about, TikTok or Google or something knowing, so no.
This is pretty funny because I've been thinking about this. But this is kind of like a very open question because, like he said, they already doing that. 10, 20, 15 years, we finna have chips in our ears. So, at this point, it don't even matter. We kind of in that our generation is kind of in that little sweet spot. But, yeah, the internet is so worldwide. You can't even walk outside. Somebody done probably took a picture of you, cameras around, cameras are everywhere. Internet is everywhere. So it's getting out of that is going to be inevitable, right? So, I can't really say I have a problem with it, right? Because if somebody showed up to my doorstep and say, why did you search this up? And be like, it's my phone, sir. So, I don't really have a problem with it.
Personally, I do kind of think, wow, how do they know so much about me? But at the end of the day, it is what you do search up. Also, I feel like knowing that they have this much information kind of doesn't bother me, since I feel like I've grown around it and we're used to it. So it doesn't just pass through our mind like, how do you know this? How do you know I like that? It's what you search.
Yeah, it doesn't really bother me a whole lot because, TikTok has the information, but what are they going to do with a bunch of cat videos? Nothing. They have nothing on me, so it doesn't really matter to me. I don't really care.
Speaking on what everyone said, it's everywhere. If I would even try to think about getting away from it, I would have to get off the grid because that's just the world that we live in right now. And I don't really see myself as, if anything, I'm just a part of an experiment. It's not like they're going to be like, oh my God, I cannot believe you just followed Lil Nas. So it's what I do, as if it's not family oriented, it's private. Even if that one FBI agent knows what I did, it doesn't matter.
When you all think of, since you don't mind, all this content that you're creating, all this data that is out there, do you think about it like in terms of like your future, you know, with colleges that you might want to attend or careers that you might want to have? Do you think about the content you post in terms of your future?
Sometimes I do. For the most part, no. But I don't post anything. Sometimes I go on social media and I see my friends doing things that would not put them in good places in their future. But me personally, no. Because those things that I am doing, that, for say, just an example, if I was doing something that put me in a bad position, it wouldn't be anything that just like the straight up public could see unless a college knew that FBI agent.
Yeah, I don't really think about that a whole lot because, you know, I just post, you know, my cats and bracelets that I've made and just, you know, other animals that I run into. So I don't think that's going to affect me too much about what college I get in or what career I go.
Yeah, I do care what I post on social media because I actually do want to become something like when I grow up. So I do feel like I should limit myself, you know, not show too much body, don't act a certain way on social media because, you know, people will judge you based on what they see. But I feel like if I want to get myself out there, I would post more about, hey, may you please educate me on whatever I'm interested in, or hey, can you please educate me on this and such and such and such. And if someone actually sees and appreciate that, maybe they're willing to teach me, or I could get into a job, or I could get into a good college that is personally beneficial for me. Yeah.
Okay, so what? I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Like, I'm very bad at names. I'm sorry. What's your name again? Anna. Okay, so what Anna said earlier. Oh, what Hannah said earlier, about posting stuff that is happy for me. Like, I enjoy posting that. Right, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. But I'm kind of gonna transition that over to what I want to do for a business aspect. Like I said, like when the influencer name earlier, Power of Publish, nothing happens until you produce that first content. Mm-hmm. You know, your first piece of content, nothing's gonna happen until you publish your first piece of content. So I'm gonna transition from just the funny stuff to the educational but still funny things. So like the question said, like my videos are pertaining to what I want to be for my life, and just spewing out all the information I can to other people.
I don't really post, so I don't have much of a comment on that. But I do want to flip what you said and talk about the positive side. If you post and are really popular at posting, it can actually help you in your future, opposed to just like what we've been saying so far, where it can like the negative effects of it. But if you're really popular at posting, if you're a great singer, a lot of singers have gotten out there because of TikTok. Like, you wouldn't know their names without TikTok, really. But yeah, other stuff like that, like you can put yourself out there because of TikTok, and that could help you with jobs or colleges in the future even.
Well, thank you, Manny, for bringing us back to the positive side as we are talking about kindness. And this concludes our Create with Kindness session. Thank you, everyone, for attending, our entire audience. And everyone will receive an evaluation to their email, and we would appreciate if you would complete it and submit it. And thank you again to our student panel and to Dr. Ramirez. Have a good evening.